crazy underscore jackal. I would like to go ahead and wish everybody a happy New Year. First and foremost, we hope everybody is doing well. Secondly, I am making this video because of another video I saw that I think he was if I'm not mistaken, one of those I forgot what you call those people who just play to make money. But anyway, he was, I guess, breaking down tactics and things what not to do, what weapons to bring into the battlefield, especially when you're in a closed circle. Some of the things I will have to agree with. Other things, because before I was making this video, I was just playing last round, and we were pinned down by a sniper. Luckily, we were able to, I think, 2 out of the 3 people in the team, me and another guy, had a gas mask, so we were fairly okay, which we were able to force the person to come towards us because of the gas. And we lucked out because that person didn't have a gas mask also. So I'm pretty sure if he did, he would have took like the back way, came back around, and tried to go ahead and flank us if possible. Sniping can be good if you have the high advantage. If you are in the circle and you are one of the buildings, people will have to come to you. Depending upon what area they're running off to, they're not going to have as much cover, giving you opportunity to obviously get the sniper kill. And that's if you do have good people in your team who can shoot really well with the sniper rifle. The last game I was just in, we were in the headquarters area. There's that little small house, and we were pinned down there. My team just revived me from the goulash that I lost, and I really didn't have as much weapons. I was down to like maybe I had 50 in the chamber, and I had 8 on my side. So we had lucked out. Like, there was some guy who was trying to do a rush. I think he did hit one of my team members. I was able to down him. We was able to get somebody up. One of my teammates had jumped out. I didn't realize it, and this is one of the biggest problems that I would say. If you have a little cheesy mic, like right now I'm using the AKG that I normally use my cell phone just to go ahead and talk on the PlayStation, I'm obviously not going to upgrade when I'm trying to get a PS5. Use that, at least you can hear your teammates talk. You can even hear footsteps that are coming near you to go ahead and say, you know what, somebody other than my teammate is trying to flank. I mean, well, teammates not gonna try to flank, but you know what I mean. That way you can at least try to talk, because if you're going to go ahead and do something and your teammate is not aware because they believe that somebody is still on the left side, it's going to cause a problem. But luckily when I stepped out, one of my other teammates was still alive and laid down the fire as I was trying to go ahead and get somebody up to win. So, look, it is possible to maintain a win, to get the win, even if you're in a small area with not much defense. You just gotta remain cool and collective, and you gotta have somebody to go ahead and lay down the groundwork. The minute you're trying to pick up somebody has to go ahead and make sure that you're able to do it while getting shot. If so, they have to lay the shot down at the person who's trying to disrupt you from the right side. I would say this as well. I think the best abilities to have, I would say the top 2 is simple. Have dead silent. So then that way, if you are, let's say, trying to flank, if this person would have had it, he would use dead silent, I'm pretty sure he would have probably had me down. But since I was able to hear him, I was able to indicate where he was running from and knew he was going to come in front of my bullet and in front of my gun, and I was able to lay down the fire. Dead silent is used for flanking, I would say, because the minute you use it, people can't hear your footsteps. So if you're trying to go ahead and get in somewhere, you could want to do it. That's the thing that you're going to want to do. You're going to also want if by any chance if you get stuck in a bind like I did, even though we were able to win it, but when I came back, I didn't have any good weapons. If you could have that, I think it was called a stopping power. It changes your clip to like orange. That way it's a heavy hitter. You're going to want that also. If you are playing with teammates, and if anything, they could have ammo, they could have armor, that'd be fine. And that's only if they're rocking, I would say, better weapons than you are. If nobody's having a good enough weapon, I wouldn't even bother with it. If you are able to get the high road, the high advantage, I'll say, but at least have one person not sniping. So if one person is down, the other one could arrive, and the other one is blocking whatever section that people could come in. I know a lot of players don't do that and be one getting jumped. I just found out actually like 2 games ago. I forgot what area this was, but this was near off, more towards the back of the prison. That's that little small like building, and we were hanging at the rooftop. I wasn't aware that the window that leads to the door to the rooftop, people could get on the ledge from that and climb up. I didn't know that. We still wound up nabbing the win, luckily, but I wasn't even aware of that. Like, I learned something new with that. So you gotta be extra careful. If people they can't stand on a little small like ledge, and they can't get to you. So I would say instead of leaving claymores at the door, I would say leave claymores in the staircase. I would say wind up doing that, so then that way you could easily pick up where the person is going to come from, and be aware that the person may try to climb up the top of the rooftop. And if anything, you could probably wind up tricking some of the players. If they trying to get to the ledge, try to climb up in that little small thing on the rooftop, why not put a trip mile on that, or a claymore? They're going to go ahead and catch a hit, and once you hear the wolf turn around, they should be nearing that. Let me see what I saw. I noticed too, I've been okay with going to the prison for the most part. I would say about 70% of the time. I'm not in some type of gunfight, and if I am, my goal is to go ahead and lower the amount of people within there. So then that way my team is not dealing with 32. If I can make it to like 29, that would be my goal. But most of the time when I'm there, I would say 70% of the time, I'm not seeing anybody. So I work my way to the rooftop, and then I try to own that rooftop for the time being. It's most of the time I say that you do get decent weapons. I've been okay with the weapons that I have. For anybody who's not aware, in the prison there is a shower area. That's what I wind up going on to. So I go into the door, and that's a little hallway that leads to the double door, and another little small hallway that leads to like a little small room. There's also a chest there. So you got like about at least maybe 4 chests and guns just sitting on the floor. So you have options. I would say at the end of the day, if whatever you're comfortable with, whatever weapon, just realize you may not have the weapon you want. So you have to be comfortable with every other weapon. If you have a shotgun, try to go ahead and get them to be close quarters with you, so you can go ahead and have the advantage. Because if you have that good enough shotgun, you should be able to lay them out with no problem. If you're good at sniping and you're amongst a squad, I would say take the high advantage and then just start sniping people from above. And only if you know that they can't go to places that they can't get cover. Even if you're good at sniping, you can take out a helicopter. I did it once. I will admit that was by luck. I actually do have a video up that showcased me hitting a chopper from the water tower that's behind the prison. First shot I missed, second shot I hit, and then I just moved slightly to the left, and that's when I wind up nabbing another hit. That right there just like hit the pilot in the head, and down went the chopper. What else? I did hit somebody out of who jumped off the chopper. That one was Balak also. I didn't even have time to adjust. Usually, like if I go to hit somebody the first time, I know maybe where to place the sniper. This one, I didn't even have any time at all, so it was slightly difficult, and it was really rewarding to go ahead and hit the person while jumping off. But again, like if you're good and you have the skills for it, by all means, do that. But make sure you have people just in their spots. And if you're going to the prison, you're trying to own that rooftop, do remember there's about 1, 2, 3, 4 spots other than the staircase coming up that people can get to you. You have the ropes that they could go up on. There's at least 2, one in the middle of the prison, one in the back. Then you have that moving cart that goes up and down. I forgot what you call that. Then you have what's the other thing? Actually, give me that 1 second. I gotta lower down something. Oh, so yeah, the moving cart, and then you have a ladder that's in front of the prison, more towards the right side. Then obviously you got at least 2 staircases, one in the back, one in the front. You also have another tower that you have to go and be careful. So if you are in an area that the gas is coming up, let's say from the back, most likely nobody's not gonna touch the water tower, because it would be a little bit crazy for them to go ahead and wind up doing that. People would mostly try to be in the front. Not a lot of people would try to hang out in the back. I have done it before when I tried to go from the prison up while the gas smoke is coming. I never really run into anybody. It's hardly that I run into somebody, because everybody's not going to want to get caught in a gunfight while paying attention to the gas smoke. That's just fact. I've seen that always going happening, so I think people just like really skip and not wanting to do that. I, however, would do that just to pick up whatever it is I can. Most of the time I am picking up money, and I am picking up at least some type of decent weapon. So let's see if I could go ahead and get into a match, see how everything goes. Just go ahead and mess around for today.
Get yourselves a proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the side. Fire! Dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
One live. Did anyone use this?
Roll. Down.
Dropping off in the basement.
Supply box location. Move to secure. Enemy soldier incoming. Targets are up. Get to work.
Two in the basement.
Fire. Stop this! Right there. This is the Gulag. Survive and you can redeploy. Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, the fight is over. Time to earn your freedom. You got your ass kicked in that one. We're sending you back to base.
Get the heck out of here.
If your team has the cash, they can pay for your release.
That's funny because if it's in here sometimes I wind up dropping them.
Come on. No. Yeah, don't leave.
We took that one, but we'll be back to it.
So you saw there was a little bit of a language barrier. Probably didn't wind up knowing that I was saying there was two people downstairs. When you do the goulash also, you're going to sometimes have that other issue that people could hit you like twice and they're dead, or sometimes you could hit them twice and they still survive. I've seen a lot of people go through that, especially when in my team and I'm watching them play the goulash. I always just say this, you saw how we just went in on the first building we were coming across. I used to go ahead and do that. I don't think it's a good idea no more. I think once you start, you should go ahead and not touch any of the first areas that you're taking a look at. Go past that. And then you are most likely able to get certain things that are needed. So let's try to do that again and we'll see how this goes.
Check your gear and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment.
Oh, that would have been dope if I actually wanted to jump over the roof. It looked like she did that animation as well.
What a hit marker doing that.
I will drive. You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Enemy dropping into the AO. Battle Royale.
It's involved with it.
Your primary objective is to kill them all. Enemy soldier incoming. Bounty target identified. Slot the bastard.
Shit. Somebody landed on us. Right here.
Setting waypoint.
I got no.
Jungle.
Ah, he took me out. Fucking little bitch.
Your teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment. Losing ground.
Somebody's over here.
Marking route point.
Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
Back.
Loadout drop inbound.
Hey, I see you. Careful, there was somebody underneath that I couldn't hit.
Hey, check your targets.
Alright, we're gonna go up top again.
Time's up.
Right now.
Objective failed.
SMG mark.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Try to get to headquarters.
Chopper.
Positive ID on the bounty target. Sort them out.
Yeah, no armor. That doesn't work too.
Thinking towards the right.
I really want a sniper rifle. Awake again. Hey, I'll change you in a second.
Ghost, I'm looking at the door that you're on top of.
Alright.
Shit. Fuck, man.
Where's that shooting coming from?
Jungle.
Gas is
Ghost, you
closing
getting
in.
shot?
Nah.
Your teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment.
Let me close this door back there.
Jungle.
Oh,
You
somebody-
guys on prison right now?
You don't want to stay above where you are, Ghost? Somebody's coming?
Nah, nobody's coming.
I'm right in headquarters, guys. I got
Look
like
at my
field
the
everything.
bounties got the load up.
I see you in the
Time's up.
tower.
Objective
Stay right
fire.
there. He's meant to be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill right here on top of headquarters. Nobody can see me, so.
Fighting's over. Now it's a ghost town. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
I hear quarters as well.
Marking
right
rally
there.
point.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Like, remember, there's another way they could get on top of this rooftop. There's a ladder behind me.
Over here, right?
Marking rally point.
I wish I had a heartbeat sensor at this time.
I want to get my load out.
Nah, if you try to get that, most likely you'll get hit.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna change you in a minute, buddy. I'm almost done, okay?
over there.
Cassidy, pick those up, please, kiddo.
I got the rope. You just pay attention to that door.
Okay, I'll change you in a minute, okay?
They've got gas moving in. Enemy UAV overhead.
Everyone's in the safe zone.
Dude,
Yeah.
how did I get perfect positioning on this shit? I know, I'm gonna change you in a minute, buddy.
I think everybody's just falling back. I haven't heard any shot for like how many minutes now? Ghost, there's somebody on the I think in Nova 6.
I haven't heard anything either, man.
Remember, if you get hit, drop down to me. Ghost, come this way.
Get to
The
the new
gas.
safe zone. Nine enemies are still active. Hunt them down.
I'm hearing somebody on the right.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Ghost, come get me, Sean. There's somebody by the construction I almost killed.
Fight is not over.
That's his gun. I got no. I got no.
You guys are gonna have to get over here in a minute.
I'm gonna drop down to the headquarters right now. Oh, freaking lag,
You got
bro.
dudes to the left of you. You got dudes to the left of you. Remember?
Under fire here.
How's he shooting? How's he shooting me, bro?
Who's down?
Damn, look how much damage I got. I only got 1 kills. God. Yo, bum man. Look, that's fucking game. Fucking bitch.
Yo, we gotta drop.
5 remain. Stay sharp. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
That was weird. Yeah, I dropped to the 10.
Let's go.
One, you gotta get that map. That map is gonna go.
You're all that's left. Get it done. That's the fight. Let's come back and get this. We lost hope. Come back and watch it next time.
So as you can see, this is exactly what I was talking about. Other than me lagging, but I felt like if one of our teammates did have a sniper rifle, we would have possibly had gotten somewhere. Like the person who I was just seeing, he or she was just holding still while taking shots. Even with the machine gun I had that was still like powerful, she was still able, or he was still able to go ahead and drop me down. If I had a sniper rifle, that would have probably been a different story. This is exactly like what I had to disagree with the gentleman who did the video. Because to me, as you just witnessed, when you have the high rolls, sometimes the machine guns you have may not work. You have a sniper rifle, that would be a whole different story. You could possibly have downed someone. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. I informed my teammate, just in case if he didn't notice. I kind of did it late, but I still informed him that there's another way to get up on the prison ladder. He had his side, I had the door. So it became extremely easy to go ahead and simply, try to guard it as much as possible. But what worked against us is, one, we didn't have a gas mask. If we would have had it, we would have probably fell back a little bit more and just took different routes to see if we could catch somebody. First and foremost, we did wind up surviving mostly towards the end. There's going to be times that you do have to camp, because as you can see, I didn't really count how long there was no shots. The only reason the shots went out is because one of my teammates saw, I guess due to the smoke coming in, that he possibly thought he could get a shot off. As you can see in the video, if you were to rewind back, I think there was 2 red dots that needed 2 people from, I believe, Nova 6, or the building across from Nova 6, were trying to come in, try to get out. So he was taking the shot. I informed him to stay on my side in case if he were to fall and the gas smoke is coming, I could resurrect him quick and then get out. Guy in the tower, he was perfectly fine for the most part, but then after a while, they are going to know you're there, and there will not be any safe spots. Once they know you're there, you don't have anything really to go to. You're gonna have to go ahead and hope that you drop in time. To which, to my surprise, the gentleman didn't drop. I figured he would have done that, as I did, and we would have went somewhere. That double jump, somehow I wound up doing that was due to lag. I don't know why at the moment I was lagging, but it doesn't really happen as often. So this is what I have to disagree with the gentleman. If you are, let's say if you are by yourself, then I can see that a shotgun would be required with a machine gun that has a decent amount of bullets in it. Do not open fire on anybody, even if you have a clear shot at somebody. Like there was this one time when I was from the shower going up, there was somebody who dropped and started running past me. They didn't even notice I was there. It was, matter of fact, sorry, it was towards the right side as I was coming upstairs from the shower. I didn't bother to chase him to go ahead and lay down firing, because first and foremost, you don't know if his squad member could be down the hall. Second of all, I was trying to collect as much as I could get and not worry about him. If you are somehow playing by yourself, if you decide to quit the game or leave due to water family emergencies, I would say first and foremost, you're going to want to go ahead and simply take what is needed. Don't open fire. Once you get into that little small circle, if you do have the ability to survive, that means you're gonna have good gear. You're gonna have to have, your armor has to be intact. This is what I say, you can't be in a lot of firefights, because you don't want to lose armor. You don't even want to lose ammunition. If you can get dead silent, and if you're lucky to go ahead and get the firing and stopping power, if you want to put a little bit like hit into it, it's the only thing you're gonna go ahead and need. I would say use the stopping power first, switch to another weapon, save that one for the last resort. If you have dead silence, you're gonna want to use that. Like, there's a guarantee when I dropped and I was moving towards the right, I thought the guy had the high advantage. Apparently he didn't, but if I had the dead silent on, he would not have heard me and probably didn't churn in time. Most likely he did hear me, that's when he churned and noticed me and gave a shot off. It's always good to have that for the last moment you put it. They will not be able to hear you. You could either escape or you could go ahead. You could go ahead and wind up. Oops, sorry about that. My son just dropped his toy. You could go ahead and survive as quickly as possible, and hopefully make the win. So, once again, as you can go ahead and see how everything went off, and you can see that it's me doing the prison. You can wind up getting some type of good kill, and you know, you could go ahead and test it out for yourself. Remember, everything is all about learning and trial by error. And that's so. So I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I do hope everybody winds up being well.